The Galactic Council had made a grievous error in their calculations. When they discovered Earth and classified it as a Class 0 Deathworld, they assumed its inhabitants would be savage brutes, barely capable of rational thought. How else could any species evolve on a planet with such extreme temperature variations, deadly natural disasters, toxic atmospheric components, and lethal radiation from its primary star? When first contact came, Admiral Krell of the Unified Systems regarded the humans with a mixture of fascination and disdain. These soft-skinned mammals had somehow achieved spacefaring technology, despite evolving on the most inhospitable world ever recorded in Council archives. The mission parameters are simple, Krell explained to the assembled Council representatives. We need resources from the planet designated DX-479. Previous expeditions have failed due to the extreme conditions. We propose sending a team of humans. The Council chamber filled with murmurs. DX-479 was a nightmare world with gravity twice that of Earth's atmospheric pressure that would crush most species, and acid rain that could dissolve standard protective gear in minutes. They will die, stated Representative Vox flatly. Perhaps, Krell conceded, mandibles clicking thoughtfully, but they might survive long enough to establish the mining operation. Their biology is remarkably adaptable. The Council voted unanimously. After all, humans were expendable. Their planet was already overpopulated, and many eagerly volunteered for off-world assignments. What the Council failed to understand was why humans volunteered. Tom Miller led the human expedition team. A mining engineer from the Australian outback, he'd spent his life working in some of Earth's harshest environments. His team of 12 included specialists from various Earth biomes, desert dwellers, deep-sea engineers, and mountain climbers. They think we're going to die down there, Jack said, checking his customized environmental suit one last time before deployment. Tom shrugged. Wouldn't be the first time someone underestimated us. Lisa, the team's geologist, laughed. Remember when those Centaurian diplomats visited Death Valley in summer and needed 3 medical evac ships? The humans shared knowing smiles. The Galactic Council species evolved on worlds with stable climates and negligible geological activity. Their bodies were specialized for specific unchanging environments. Humans, by contrast, had evolved to adapt, to survive, to endure. The dropship descended through DX-479's turbulent atmosphere, buffeted by winds strong enough to tear conventional craft apart. Tom's team had reinforced their vessel using design principles from deep-sea submersibles. When they landed on the rocky surface, acid rain pounding on the hull, the aliens monitoring from orbit expected it to be their last transmission. Touchdown confirmed, Tom reported calmly. Beginning deployment of the habitat modules. Admiral Krell's compound eyes widened in disbelief as the video feed showed the humans exiting their craft, moving purposefully despite the crushing gravity. Their customized suits, designed by human engineers who had studied the planet's conditions, were performing better than any Council technology had. Impossible, whispered Representative Vox. 3 standard days later, the mining operation was not only established, but exceeding projected extraction rates. The humans had modified their equipment on the fly, adapting to conditions even worse than predicted. When a massive quake threatened to destroy their primary habitat, they relocated essential systems within hours and were back to work before the aftershocks had subsided. During the second week, disaster struck. A storm of unprecedented magnitude hit the mining site, destroying their communications array and damaging critical life support systems. The Council observers prepared to record the humans' final moments. Instead, they watched in astonishment as the humans jury-rigged repairs using salvaged parts and locally sourced materials previously thought impossible to work with. Not only did they survive, but they also improved their equipment's efficiency in the process. When contact was re-established, Tom seemed almost cheerful. Had a bit of excitement down here, he reported. But we've resolved the issues. Production will actually increase now that we've reconfigured the extractors. By the end of the first month, the Council called an emergency session. The humans had not only survived, but were thriving. More concerning to some Council members, they were innovating. developing new technologies based on their experiences on DX-479. This was not the expected outcome, Admiral Krell admitted. The humans are remarkable. Representative Vox leaned forward. They are dangerous. Their adaptability makes them unpredictable. An elder council member, silent until now, spoke. Or perhaps they are exactly what our stagnant civilization needs. We have grown complacent, specialized to the point of fragility. These humans remind us of what we have forgotten, the strength that comes from adversity. The human mission to DX-479 marked a turning point in galactic history. Rather than perishing as expendable labor, the humans became valued partners. Their unique perspective, evolved from their Deathworld origin, brought innovation to fields that had seen no advancement in millennia. 2 years later, Tom Miller stood before the Galactic Council, no longer an expendable asset, but an honored ambassador. "We don't see obstacles the way you do," he explained to the assembled representatives. "Where you see impossible conditions, we see challenges to overcome. It's not that we're stronger or smarter, we've just never had the luxury of stability. Earth taught us to adapt or die." The council chambers were silent as his words sank in. The species that had evolved on Paradise worlds had grown complacent, while those from the Death World had never stopped fighting, learning, improving. "Perhaps," Tom continued with a smile, "that's why you should never underestimate someone who comes from a place that was trying to kill them before they were even born." They had sent humans to a Class 0 Death World expecting disposal tools. Instead, they found teachers who would transform galactic civilization with one simple truth. True strength comes not from avoiding hardship, but from overcoming it.